Right, good morning. Say good morning, it's almost, it's 10 past 10. Late start today. Been waiting for a parcel delivery. Today I'm servicing it's a Texecom panel. And for your beady-eyed subscribers that watch my fine detail and then pick me up after because they haven't seen me do something, don't forget these things are edited and you don't put everything in. I mean, I'll ramble on forever. So, you know, there's certain things I do and I think it's boring, but obviously people are watching more detail than what I'm thinking. Anyway, so I've got my PC. I've just got my PC. I usually take my MacBook as well with me, but I don't need that today. Excuse me. Even though it's 10 o'clock, well, 10 past 10 as I said, I've still got sleep in me. Okay, I've come to service the alarm system. So first of all I need to put it into engineer mode. I've got it into engineer mode. First thing I'm going to do, save me walking around, let the guys do the work for me. Engineer functions. Yep. Back again, sorry. Let's get out of there. Let's press 9 again into these utilities. Yep. 1, 2, 3. I want to test all areas, even though there's only one. Right, then bleeps are people walking around testing the system for me. I'm going to go back to the panel now and take the lid off, etc, etc, etc. Get the computer connected, do a download and do my tests, and then come back to see what hasn't been tested. I don't know if I've got it in focus. Right, first things first. Now as you can see, there's a wire hanging over the top of this, and this main aerial, don't know if you can see it, was put on as a temporary job because the signal, in a nutshell, there were so many transmitters out that I needed to boost the signal, hence the little aerial down there. Back up to the panel. Try not to show any data that's on the actual alarm system. Right, I'm going to put the cover, all I'm going to do is push the cover up and take the cover off, but I can't do it one-handed. Cover off. Right, I've took the cover up. I've got this covered because it's got some data on it. IP addresses, etc, 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 so I'm trying not to show anything. But basically this, like I said, this was done as a temporary job, just to get some signals. I just might leave it in all fairness. Yes, there's no grommet up there, and it's coiled round like, but unfortunately you can't cut this wire, so you have to have it coiled up. The battery that's fitted has to be changed because it's not got the capacity for this grade of system. I do know about that. Yeah, I should do some tests in a moment. Meanwhile, I'm going to get the computer connected. Alright, time's moving on now. I've had a right game trying to get through the security protocols. So I'm remotely connected, CSL's connected now. I had to get through their firewall, reset passwords. Once it's online, I'll show you in a second. Right, sorry, I've had to put the system on test, just talk to the customer, bit of banter. I'm going to receive all the latest program. Don't forget there's no direct contact. actually. Might as well show you this. Right, gotta get up on my chair. Right, so I'm going to cover that up. So at the moment you can see the CSL device is sending data. Because this is CSL connected, I'm going to turn the camera around. Because it's CSL connected, I'm going through the CSL cloud. Obviously VPN's involved, and after so long it logs you out and you got to re-log back in, which is a pain in the neck because it's like 3 parts of verification. Right, so I can see my computer at the moment, it's still downloading. It is going to be slow because it's using the CSL module to send data over the internet, over 4G, 5G or whatever you got to the computer. And because it can't interfere with the central station, the baud rate's going to be down. The data's going to be slow, so I'm okay about that. Believe me, when you want to not respond to somebody and you haven't sorted out the phone and it takes a few minutes extra, I'll very rarely get called out. If anything, I'll do it over the phone. I'm just going to get off this chair. I forgot my bladders, so I'm going to go back in and have a look at this computer. Right, I'm just going to check the current in quiescent. Right, so the panel is taking, without being in alarm, is drawing 715 milliamps. Right, so I need to do a few calculations to find out if that battery is okay. Right guys, I'm still walk testing. I've had to start it manually. The computer connection to CSL has decided I don't want to play ball, which is sometimes common if you do it quite a lot of times remotely. It'll come back. I think it's just had enough, got buffered, and decided I don't want to play ball. Still communicating to the central station, so I'll put it on a hardwire at the moment. There's my computer down there. And that's a poor. I'm trying to find out. I've got a 9 amp hour battery in it. The in alarm state, it's drawing 1.177 amps. Quiescent, it's drawing 715 milliamps. Like I say, I've got a 9 amp hour battery in. I think that fails. Unfortunately, I haven't got the app with me today to do the calculations. So, I mean, if anybody knows any battery calculation apps on the market that operate on an iPhone, I forgot my Android phone, which it's on. So I've left a message with the NSI officer, who's very good. Paul's really great. He has he's done a calculation. He thought I said 10 amps. He's redoing the calculation for me because he's got the amp at hand. So I'm just waiting for him to come back. I think this battery, even though it's 9 amps, you probably won't agree. I think it needs changing. So I would like you to put the comments on here, and if you know of any apps out there that I can put on the iPhone for it. There's loads of different crap you can get out, but I want something that's reliable. Yeah, so if you know of anything, just put the comments down if you don't mind, etc. Give me some pointers. Because I don't tend to carry the Android phone with me, and if I do, in all fairness, by the time I turn it on, 9 times out of 10 it's the battery's gone. So if you don't mind, put some comments down where I can get a battery discharge app from, etc. I'm now going to do my bell test, SAB. I've done the battery test, and this is for one particular subscriber that never sees me doing it, but I do it. Yeah, I really don't think people take that much notice. It's one of them things. So obviously some people do, etc. Okay. Oh, wrong one. Okay. Yeah, I say. Oh, right. I'll go on about the NSI, but to be honest, it depends what the inspector is. I'll go on about them, but you know, in all fairness, he's given me some good advice today. And I think if you play ball with them, which I tend to play ball, don't always agree, but I tend to play ball. I mean, don't forget we're playing in the airfield 9 hours. Just makes life easier. So what I'm going to do is, I've done the calculation. I forgot to do the aging factor on the battery. So I've put that into the calculation. I've done everything else right. Just put the aging factor into the battery and it does fail. So I'll put that onto the paper. I'll get the regs out. I'll download the regs. He showed me where to look. It is actually in the regs. Keep on getting text flashing up over that side of the phone. Look, we're not supposed to be looking actually. I'll get text coming up there, and they're on the squiff. So I'm just reading messages, etc. Now, so I'm going to leave that running for about 5 minutes. I ain't going to leave it going any longer. I'm going to be satisfied. I know the battery's going to be changed. I'm going to go and get some trunking and make that cable a bit tidy. Yeah. Right, so I thought I'd better just show, is it for one particular person that's been asking a few questions. As you can see, I do put the tamper on the back of the keypad, so if anybody pries this off the wall, if they can't get it off, it will pull that tamper out, etc. I don't want to get too far back because it will show a bit of data, and I ain't going to get into the habit of showing personal data. So that's it. I'm going to put the cover back on now. Yeah. Oh, I think I had a problem with my iPhone now. Basically, yeah, the reason I took it off is because I wanted to clean inside it. And the battery has lasted, on the bell box, has lasted 15 minutes. Right, like I say, I've been cleaning this keypad. It's still in walk test at the moment. It's doing walk test on the computer rather than on here. I have been using this as well, but basically the computer will store all the detectors that I've actually triggered. So I'm going to pull the lid down. I've just cleaned all the keypad, sanitising. The reason I took the keypad off to have a look at the back of the tamper wasn't because of the back of the tamper. It was I needed to get behind here so I could get it clean, because it is a dusty environment. I'm trying to sanitise this, and yeah, I don't know if you can see all that off. It's just mucky. Anyway, that's it. Trying not to get no data on. I'm out. I'm trying to show as much, you know, straightforward stuff. So the bell lasted for 15 minutes. I'm happy with that. I'm putting the power back on the bell. Right, it is in day mode down. Here's Wintex, and if I go to remote diagnostics and remote control, I need to do a reset, and that's it. Right, now I'm just going to cut off from here. I'm going to go to the arc, make sure the arc software is still in test. Then I'll come back to this screen. And just to show you on Wintex, you can do this remotely, but it's really slow. So I can go like that, go to control panel. Sorry, I'm not in focus here. Go to control panel, and then down to walk test, and it will walk test visually up to 16 zones there. As you can see, I can hear it in the background. If you notice they're changing, let's get right in, they're changing colours, people are walking around. So basically you're looking for a full line. If it's like that one there, it's not being used, that one's active. So zone 12 is active at the moment. Yeah. And if I wanted to query zone 12, I would go and go to, where are we? All zones, network. Let's go out to zones. Better on this. So I'm going to zones. If I go to 12, it's a first floor office. There's nobody up there at the moment. I know that, I've been up there. The boss has actually gone out. So I'll just look down, do the diagnostic again. If I go back into diagnostics, and then I'll go back to control panel. Right. There's the next button, that'll take me across the next 16 devices. But at the moment, there's nobody walking around. It is their dinner break, hence I've been able to set it. Now, how I set it was going to, I'm making this very clear, am I? Go into remote control, and as you can see, we're not ready to set. But normally that light would come on, and then I would press arm, and that would arm it. So I'd be going down to the control panel. So there's a few zones open. See if I go back to control, and let's have a look. What zones might be open? It's saying it's all clear. Ah, right, I do know what it is. Right, so zone 10 is active. That zone 10 is active. Now that is the shunt lock on the front door. So that's active because it's not locked at the moment. So I had to go and lock the door and then come back around the other way and set the system. So once that's locked, you go into remote control. That would be showing ready. If everybody was still and that door was okay, you press full and then full on. It ain't going to do it at the moment. I'll just do a test, prove it won't. You'll hear the sirens go off. Sirens going off in the background. I'm going to press reset just to turn it off. So that's setting it from the computer. Now you can do that over the airwaves as well. But yeah. Right, I am going to hang up now. Oh, sorry, I did press the hang up button. Right, so that's me finished. Oh no, I'm going to connect. I'm going to reconnect, because one thing I do is I go to I don't know if you can see receive up there. Receive. Try to do it so I don't get the customer's details in. I'll etch it all out anyway, as best I can after I've done the event. Right, so I'm receiving the latest version before I actually put it back into day mode. So that's it. I'm going to save my data. I'm going to hang up. And I am going to go click to get out of it. It'll ask me if I want to save it. I want to save it. There's my signals. I don't know if you can see that. So I've got 50% and 60%. I don't know what it gives. I think the percentage is over the duration of a time. Right, just to show you, I'll put that trunking up there. Bit of sticky back to cover that cable. I'm going to leave that in. It's getting a decent signal. Right, I'm finished there. TTFN.